factors that you must consider before you take this loan to build these rentals. Number one, and I will go very fast, you must consider the demand. These are market. You do feasibility. People just wake up, you buy a plot somewhere in Kinoo, for example, or Ruaka, and then you say you want to build a flat. You don't know how much you get for rent per every unit, how much it's going to cost you, whether you can get tenants there in the first place. So you'll find some rental properties in a very funny place. Remember, you have used millions of money. To do one flat, especially the big ones, the one that are 4 or 5 floors, 5 levels or thereabout, holding like 22 bedroom houses, people use even 100 million. Between 50 to 100, these are a lot of money. So location matters a lot. Can you get tenant? Do your feasibility. For me, that is the first thing. Do your feasibility. Number two, you have to do cost implication. There are people who don't understand how much it would cost you to build that. So you have to, of course, very basic, do your calculations, do some basic research for people who build. We have professionals who can do bill of quantities for you. But if you can work with these people, they'll tell you. And these contractors always have these figures so that you know how much is it going to cost you to build that kind of a flat. If you are doing a 2-bedroom, you need to know how much it will cost you. The third thing that you must decide is the objective of doing that flat. And I think I should have started there. Why are you doing that flat? Because a flat is a long-term investment. A rental property, let me not talk about flat. A rental property is a long-term investment. You put so much money, it takes more than 10 years to recover that money back. Maybe you should buy a plot before building that flat. If you are looking for capital gain, the best properties are usually land. Land is called selected real estate, land in the right places. And that's why I'm talking about a precision from 200 to 800,000, because that land was in the right place. If that's what you are looking, go for land. But if you are looking, especially for people who are about to retire, because before you recover your 100 million, for those who do huge flats, even if it's 10 million, it will take you more than 10 years. You'll just be getting the rent every month. For retired people, people have already gotten money. It's perfect because they are looking for stability. If you are growing yourself, you'll need to look for high-risk properties, not very high risk, like land that can give you serious appreciation, because it will move from 400. If you get like 3 properties, you can make several millions. How long will it take you to make the millions in rent? Rent is perfect for passive income, and it is perfect for someone who has already created a portfolio for themselves. Now they can go to the next level and make passive income. If you are starting out, most likely it will not be a good thing for. Look at your personal objective. I teach people to go and look for financial literacy training. These are training that are offered online. You find classes so that you understand every time you have money, what is the best use for that money? Is it to start a business, a side hustle? Is it to build rentals? Is it to buy a car? Is it to pay for your masters? You only understand that if you do financial literacy training. I may not be able to cover that. It's a long topic, but you can go and search for yourself. And those who think they know, just know that you don't know. There are so many things. As I teach you whether you should take a loan to build rentals or not. The fourth consideration is the details of the loan facility that you are taking. These are the credit facility. Most people, and this why we started with these stories, is because once you start building these rentals, the amount of rent you get should take care of the monthly payments for the loan. Otherwise, you're almost making a loss. In bigger picture things, there's something called cost of credit. You have to know, but that, like this story I shared in the Daily Nation, took 1 million, they ended up paying 1.6 million. So basically, what you are paying is 1.6 million vis-a-vis how much they are getting from the rent. You need to do that calculation. For smart people, and I shared this in my previous videos, if you are getting loans at low interest rates, these are for bankers, those people who work for companies, maybe a 6%, it it makes all the sense to take a mortgage or build a property, because the rent you are getting can easily pay for that mortgage or for that loan, the monthly rent. That's how you work smart. But if you are taking a 17%, my friend, you'll just be working for the bank. And there are people who are in serious mess because they never sought advice in channels like this one from experts. They're out there. They'll be able to calculate for you and advise you as it is necessary. The last thing, and there are so many factors, you can go keep checking them. Can you explore other options of financing? We are talking about whether it is wise or not to take loans to build rentals. Of course, I have given you pros and cons. It's upon you to decide depending on your circumstances. But if you can get other ways of financing, it is best. Because once you take a loan, the amount of interest you are paying, you have to take the principal plus interest. All this money that you are paying to the bank, eventually, your flat or your rentals have to pay that money back. How long is it going to take? And that's why I started by saying rentals is a long-term investment. They give you some level of freedom, passive income, but for people who are starting out in investment, you need assets that can keep appreciating so far so that you build your capital base. You don't want to, for the next 20 years, to be struggling to pay a loan and you can't do anything else. So depending on your personal objective is very important. So the last thing I would like to share, and this is in summary, what I want to say, and that's why I talked about financial literacy. These are financial, and they are not difficult. These are things you can do in a week. For some people, in some few days, you just need to help a personal financial advisor to train you in that. Most people, especially in our country, I'm afraid to say, most people don't seek. It looks like it's work. It looks like it's something that really is not important, or maybe you feel you already know. Most of the time you don't know. Seek these financial advisors. You'll pay a little amount, take a few days, but the information you get will help you make very smart decisions. So as I conclude, it depends on your particular circumstances, your objectives, and I have given you the factors to consider to know whether to take a loan to build these rentals or not. For me, and something else that is very important, there's a metric we use. Of course, there is the rate of return. If the rate of return is not, I usually work with 5%. It's the minimum. It's not more than 5% per year. What I mean, for every 1 million that you spend in building rentals, you should be able to get at least 10,000 from it. So if you buy a house in Lavington or in Thika Road, assuming you buy an apartment for 8 million, you should be able to make at least 80,000 from that rental property. If you do that math, most of the rental properties don't make sense because it will make you 40,000, but that you bought it for 80,000 is too low. There are those who are smart, they get like 70,000, you're almost close. Those are the math. For every 1 million shillings, it should give you at least 10,000 as rent. Every $1 million you spend in that rental properties, as I conclude. And I think that formula can be able to help most of the people who are listening to this today. Depends on your objective. If you are taking a loan, always remember the amount of rent, the amount of money you are getting from the rent should be more than the loan repayments you are making per month, so that you remain with money. That is very important for me. So you can evaluate yourself, your personal circumstances, and know whether you should take that loan or not. Thank you so much for watching, and this is Real Estate in Kenya. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this with your loved one, with the other investors and business people, so that they benefit. We would like to change the way people make decisions, especially for investment and real estate. And thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we want you to keep learning, we want to keep growing and keep investing in real estate. God bless you.